Your brain is like a circuit switch. Once you believe you are something, you actually embody it. You embody that feeling. If you were, God forbid, in a coma, and you woke up and you didn't really have a memory, and you were told that you used to be a Navy SEAL, and they want you back now when you're healthy, do you think you'd act differently and hold yourself differently, conduct yourself different, and have a different self-concept of who you are than if you were told you were a piano instructor? Being successful in life is all about having the proper belief system in who you are. Truly believing that you are something unique, that you are something special in that field. If you truly believe inside of you that you are one of the best actors in the world, you will be entirely different than if you're like, I hope I'm good. Your expressions will be totally different. Your tone of voice. You'll talk in a more convincing fashion. You'll use your natural voice instead of a scripted one. You'll be more emphatic. You'll be more real, more relatable. Our brain is like a circuit. And so if we introduce it with the proper wiring, you're going to go straight to your target. If you're unsure about who you are, then your dreams, your goals, they will never become a reality. Everyone has mental doubts in life, internal conflicts. Even the most successful people that you look up to, but they don't live there. It's how you handle those negative thoughts in that exact moment and overwhelm them with positive action. And that comes with this utmost confidence in yourself that you can handle the situation. Trust in yourself that you are better than the moment.
The greats think differently. The greats see differently, right? The greats have a different worldview. The greats, they approach the game in a totally different way. So I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to think about what you're thinking about when your effort is low. Because if you can get this, you can get any success you want in life. You can have anything you want in life if you can get this. The next time you give a low effort, right? You give it 70% or 50% or 30%. I want you to think about what you're thinking about when your effort is low. If your effort is low, you're probably not thinking about the opportunity. You're probably thinking about the obligation. And when you think about E.T., how you stay pumped up. E.T.'s how you stay on fire. E.T., how you always driven, even in the midst of trials and tribulations, even in the midst of your haters, when people try to break you and tear you down. E.T., how you stay strong. I keep thinking about the opportunity. Every single day, I'm thinking about the opportunity, and I'm not looking at this thing as an obligation. I'm not looking at this thing as something that I have to do, or that I'm forced to do, right? Something that somebody's making me do. Every time I wake up, I'm thinking, I'm alive, baby. This is the day. This is an opportunity. If you want what you've never had before, if you want to do what you've never done before, if you want to be what you've never been before, change your mentality. And I want you to see that effort goes up when you look at it as, I got an opportunity of a lifetime. But you should be excited about the fact that you have an opportunity.
So hello team, welcome to our weekly Team Perseverance team call. Let me just make sure I'm up on the screen here. There we go, welcome to our team call. Today is December 29th and we're heading into a new year. And guys, I just want to tell you this. This year is all about setting goals, right? 2015 is a new year. We can't change what's behind us. And I don't know what held you back in 2014. I don't know if there's something there that you feel prevented you from achieving the goals that you want, all right? But I can tell you one of the things that you do not want to do, one of the things that I think held me up in the beginning is we get so concerned or worried about what other people think of us. We get so worried and concerned about other people and what their thoughts are, if they say no to you. We get so concerned what other people say about us that we probably know that other person better than you know yourself. And I'm going to say that again. You are so concerned with what every other person knows about that every other person feels and what you think they care about you, that you probably know that person better than you know yourself. And you have to stop and have the belief in yourself and not care what anybody else thinks and go after 2015, because I went after 2014 real hard. And this may be as something a year ago as a pipe dream, and there's still a couple days left, but I went after my goals, and it's happening, and it's only a couple days away. And guys, it's about putting the crap next to you and saying, forget it and go after it. I believe in each and every one of you. You need to believe in yourself. And I don't care where you are as a coach. You could be brand new. You could have been somebody that you felt you've quit 1,000 times before. You could have been somebody that has gained weight since you've been a coach. It doesn't matter. Today is a new day. 2015 is a new year. And what you do going forward is going to determine your success every day, every week, every month, and at the end of 2015. So you need to dig down, you need to go after it, because this business can change your life. I know you've heard me say that, guys, but this business has changed my life, guys. It has changed my life financially, it has changed my life physically, and it's changed my life for my family that you would not understand until you're in this point. And I am no different than any one of you. I just am a person that believed in myself. I didn't care what other people thought about me. I took a lot of no's. I was willing to grow as a person with personal development. I went all in 100%. So with that, I want you guys to focus on 2015. I hope you listened to the call 2 weeks ago about setting goals, and I hope you go after it. Forget who gives a crap what happened yesterday. Excuse my language, but who cares what happened yesterday? Your success and your failures is only good up until today, and everything starts new. So this is a big year for us in 2015. Our team is blowing up. Get on the train and go for a ride. So with that, guys, after my little kind of my fire coming out, my passion, most of you guys, if there's any new coaches on here, my name is Dave Atkins. I'm the founding Team Perseverance team coach and your upline Star Diamond coach. And this is when we get to come together each and every week to go over news, training, announcements, and what's going on. And with that, most importantly, I want to wish everybody, I hope they had a great holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope you had a great week, and Happy New Year heading into 2015, that we are only 2 days away. And also happy birthday to my wife, whose birthday is tomorrow. So guys, with that, I hope everybody has a pen and paper. I'm going to go through some announcements, and then I'm really excited to talk and have one of our newer Diamond coaches come on and speak, Liz. So first and foremost, guys, announcements. Number one is Super Saturday. Super Saturday, and I saw some comments on our coaches page. People really didn't know what it was. Super Saturday is a live event. It's a live event that is given in all 50 states in multiple areas within each state. And it's a quarterly event that Beachbody puts out that's hosted usually by a Diamond coach or higher in your area. Doesn't have to be on our team. And it's a time to come together, hear success stories, news, announcements, and just to be part of energy in a room that's like no other. Guys, we are talking here on the call. I'm really basically just talking to you guys on the screen. You're at home pounding keys. You're doing stuff on your phone. But guys, going to a live event and being next to somebody and rubbing elbows and talking and then having a group workout together, there is nothing like it. And it will fire you up, especially with some of the announcements that are coming out in January 10th, Super Saturday. That's the next Super Saturday, is January 10th. Guys, I've driven a couple hours one way. I went to a Super Saturday in Boston once, and it was, I think, 3.5 hour drive one way. I did the trip in one day to go to like a 2-hour event. Okay? So if there's a trip within driving distance, get there. Okay? Live events many times are events that coaches say, including myself, are their aha moments of when that switch was flipped, that they were really part of something bigger, and they went after the business. So January 10th is a Super Saturday, and I'm going to call you to the carpet right now and say, I know you're saying it. I can't get a babysitter, or I have, a birthday party to go to, or I have a kid's sporting event, or my daughter has a basketball game, which is going to be in my situation. Guys, they're 4 times a year out of 365 days. You find a babysitter, you find a way to get it there. And if it means you have to take your kid there or figure it out, you figure it out. If you treat this like a business, it will reward you. I can't stress enough. And I think Shanna Carlucci, who's a 2-star diamond coach now, I think her tip for the trenches was her talking about how important live events are. So that's first and foremost, Super Saturday. On the heels of that, Summit. Coach Summit is the big coach event that is in Nashville, Tennessee this year. It's in July. Now, Coach Summit, there's a wait list right now, but it costs you nothing to get on the wait list. We are going to have there's going to be 25,000 coaches there. It's a couple days long, and we are going to have a large contingency of Team Perseverance coaches. I know it, and I want you guys, if you have not already, CoachSummit.com, get on the wait list. And if you're a new coach and you get Success Club 3 months in a row, you achieve something called Success Starters, and you get a free Summit ticket, okay? Free Summit ticket 3 months in a row to Summit. So CoachSummit.com, I'm not going to go on about Summit. That is just a whole nother level. So that's first and foremost. Next, we have 2 training groups starting on Monday the 5th. Starting off strong right out of the gate for our new year. The first is our 30-day coach training. I want to come on and apologize, guys. For those of you that are in it right now, we've been having issues with Hootsuite, okay? Where I upload and use Hootsuite to make sure the posts go up each day with the training that I have come up with for you guys that are in the training or have been through the training. Hootsuite sometimes now is posting my posts and cutting out links to things, and therefore the links have not been working. So it's a work in progress. I never had this issue before, so please bear with me. And then on the second that is that some of the documents, Team Beachbody is updating literally by the week as we're heading into 2015. So you're watching a video and the document that we're referring to may not be the updated version. So this is kind of an odd one. We're kind of like going through a transition phase. So my goal is by the end of this week to go through the 30 days again and make sure everything is up to date for Monday. Okay, so I want what's best for you. And those that are in there, I apologize. We've learned to fail forward on making some mistakes, but I hope you're truly enjoying the training. I know many of you are. So that's Monday. There's a post on the coaches page. Make sure you get your name on there if you're interested. It doesn't matter if you've been a coach for an hour or a coach for 2 years. You can be in the 30-day coach training. Next is Monday also starts our new RAMP training, which is our Emerald to Diamond training. RAMP stands for Rank Advanced Mentorship Program. This is more of a more private group. It's smaller. It's for coaches that have the prerequisite is you've had to been through the 30-day coach training and you have to be an Emerald coach to be in that training, because this is about learning the behaviors to grow to another level to push to become a diamond coach. I can tell you Liz, who's guest speaking tonight, went through RAMP, and she is a diamond coach. And I know she was not diamond starting off. So RAMP is a great thing. I do more one-on-one calls with you guys. It's more of an intimate setting. So I highly recommend that for those that are Emerald to higher to get in it. Okay. Next, the specials for the month of January, which I'm really excited about, guys. The specials for the month of January actually been launched today. They decided to start everything on the 29th, a couple days early, and this is them. So write this down. First and foremost, the Jumpstart Insanity Max 30 Challenge Pack, which is normally going to be $245, is on sale for $220. What's the Jumpstart? That's basically the 3-day refresh. So you can get the 3-day refresh in addition to the challenge pack, and it's called the Jumpstart Insanity Max 30 Challenge Pack. So that's on sale for $220. The 21-day Fix Challenge Pack, normally $160, is on sale for $140. And I think this is a great program for the New Year's people. The 3-day refresh challenge pack is normally $160. It's on sale for $140. And also, last but not least, your 4th challenge pack, which is still on sale for the rest of this month right now, is the Insanity the Insanity Max 30 challenge pack, not the Jumpstart, is on sale for $180 from $205. Guys, I'm doing Max 30, and I love it. I absolutely, absolutely love the program. I love the results. Taking the 21-day fixed containers and using that and doing Max 30. Wow, it's absolutely awesome. So that's the 4 challenge packs. The last announcement before we get into recognition is I want to make sure everybody's aware that every week one of the Diamond coaches is posting something on our coaches page that we have called Tips from the Trenches. Okay? Tips from the Trenches is basically a 1, 2, or 3-minute quick video blurb that we put out every Monday morning. Okay? That one of the Diamonds puts up a new tip something that they want to share with you. So you're getting a little bit of extra training from our team, from our leaders, from the best coaches on our team, and we call it Tips from the Trenches. Now, if you are on your laptop or computer, it will be the first thing that comes up on the coaches page. However, if you are on your smartphone, which 99% of us are most of the time, you have to scroll to the top of the newsfeed and click on View Pinned Post, because when we pin it to the top so it stays at the top of the coaches page for the whole week so it doesn't get lost in the timeline and keep getting bumped down. So we pin it to the top. And for some reason, the Facebook app, you don't see it when you go right to the coaches page. You have to click on View Pinned Post up top. But make sure you watch the video each week, and I usually post a post in there that it's up, the new one. And I know Shanna, our 2-star Diamond, Shanna Carlucci, put one up this morning. All right? So, guys, with that, I want to get right into recognition for the past week of our coaches that had 100 volume points or more. Oh, is there a question? No, I got some background noise. Okay. So, guys, coaches with 100 volume points or more. Excuse me. My wife, Kristen Atkins, at 105. Lawrence Kennedy, 115. Shanna Carlucci, 142. Michelle Della Sala, 135. Jen Holman, 185. Lisa Marr, 119. Samantha Healy, 180. Suzanne Henson, 180. Keith Dolan, 109. John Rosado, 105. Kimberly Colin, 180. Liz Mangione, 150. Jean Marie Cregan, Jean Marie, you're above 100. Michelle Adams at 160. And moving on here, let's see. Anybody else 100 Club? Sharice Nolson at 195. And happy anniversary. Sharice is going to listen to the recording. It's her anniversary with Jeff. So happy, I think, 7th anniversary to Sharice and Jeff. Leanna Walker at 180. Julie Cullen at 180. Kelly Wendy at 180. Matt Gay at 155. Kirsten Broderick at 155. And that's everybody in the 100 Club. So great job, guys. In the 200 Club, we have Jean Marie Cregan at 270 volume points. And let's see, moving on. Maria Peterson at 270. Rachel Roth at 240. And that's it in the 200 Club. In the 300 Club, we had Elizabeth Mullenbrook at 375. Way to go, Liz. And who else we have? That's it for the 300 Club. For the 400 Club, we have Kristen Smalls at 425. Way to go, Kristen. And I think that's it in 400 Club. And if I forgot, I see Rosa Dolan at 360. I don't know if I said your name, Rosa. If I may have missed it. If not, I'm sorry. But Rosa's at 360. Kristen's at 425. And I think that goes right into our leader and our winner for the week is one of our Diamond coaches, Gina Strecco, at 540. So, Gina, congratulations at making 540 team volume points for the week. You have led the week, so awesome, awesome, Gina. And guys, I always say, success leaves clues, all right? So these names that you're hearing over and over again, like I ask you, how many of you are following Gina or friends with Gina or making sure you're seeing what Gina posts each and every day? Or at least every other day? How many of you are following some of the other Diamond coaches or looking at what we're posting on how we're learning to engage with people? Because if you're not, like I say, success leaves clues. So you want to make sure that you are following other coaches so you can see what they're doing. If you want something that you never had, find somebody that has it and do what they do. Okay? So guys, with that, I want to get into introducing one of our newest Diamond coaches who I'm really excited about her being on the call today. Number one, I'm going to let her share her fitness journey with you, which is absolutely astonishing. I've never seen anything like it so close with somebody on our team. And also somebody that not only has lost a very amazing amount of weight, but also is growing a business at the same time, who works and who is busy, as a mom, and has come so far. And I'm just truly honored that she said yes, she would talk on the call. So with that, I want to turn it over to Elizabeth Mangione. And Liz, are you there? I'm going to unmute.
Yes.
All right.
Hi.
Let me cancel me, and I'm going to put you. Where are you? Wave your hand in the air.
I'm here.
There you are. There you
There
are.
I am.
Okay, I got you. I just want to, well, my mouse is acting funky here. All right, so let me find, I'm just going to change you, Liz. Bear with me. There we go, Liz. So, Liz, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Great. Hi, everybody. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Liz Mangione. I started my Beachbody journey back in February, and it's been a really kind of amazing, crazy kind of ride. Just a little bit about me. I'm 45 years old. I am a single mom. I have two girls, 19-year-old Paige, she's a sophomore in college, and Emma is 16 and she's a junior in high school. So as Dave said, I do work. I'm a pediatric physical therapist during the day. And then in the evenings and on Saturdays, I manage the gym where my daughter does gymnastics. So it's crazy busy. I'm typically out of my house from 7 in the morning until about 7:30 at night. And, initially I thought there was no way I could, make time for fitness, let alone make time for, doing this as a business. But Shanna and Dave kind of kept encouraging me. And so here I am. Kind of how I got here it was actually almost exactly a year ago today. I was laying on my couch. My girls had gone to Long Island for a family function that I didn't go to because I was feeling so sick. I literally could not get off the couch. And, a lot of times I would find myself missing out on things, sitting off to the side, stuff that my girls were doing just because I didn't have the energy, to get involved. I was at that point 262 pounds, and I'm only 5'2". So as you can imagine, not so very good. I had a virus that mimicked the signs of a heart attack. So I literally actually felt that I might be having a heart attack. And that was really my wake up call. Shanna, her daughter is on the gymnastics team with my daughter. So we knew each other that way. A couple of months prior, she had first mentioned to me, "Oh, I'm doing this fitness thing. I drink this shake, And I said, I can't do that. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. But, feeling as sick as I was, realizing that, my daughters depend on me, I knew I couldn't live like this anymore. So when we got back to gymnastics, I said to Shanna, you know what, I'm ready. I'm putting the money together. I want to do your February group. So, I started in the group. I was terrified. I had every reason in the world not to even get going. My DVD didn't work on day 1. On day 2, I slipped on the ice and I twisted my knee. But, I figured I had invested. I was going to do it. I was going to stick with it. And the thing that really kept me going was the group. There were a lot of people in the group who had already started their own journey, and they were so great with me and so supportive and encouraging me every step of the way. When I thought there was no way I was ever going to do a burpee, or ever going to get through a workout without the modifier. You know, they were there encouraging me every step of the way. And it really, really was life-changing for me. You know, I've been divorced for about 6 years now. It was not a pretty divorce. It's still, you know, there are a lot of things connected to it that are difficult for my life, for my girls' lives. It put us in a lot of financial hardship. And so, you know, it just really affected who I was. You know, I was always a very happy, positive, upbeat kind of person. It was very hard for me to continue to be that person every day in the face of the divorce, the money troubles, my weight. And joining this group, not even so much about the weight loss, but just about the journey and the people I've met. It's really helped me get back to that person that I was, that, you know, that person that I knew was there, but was just kind of slogging along, trying to get through every day, making sure my kids had a good life. And so, you know, now it's 10 months later, just over 90 pounds I've lost. Christmas was a challenge, but we did get through it. And, you know, I'm stronger, I'm healthier, I have energy, I'm in life again. And it's really, really been great. Watching my girls, you know, they get so excited seeing me succeed, seeing me, you know, be happy again. And it's really just totally changed my life and their lives for the good. So along with that, you know, a month into it, Shanna said, well, you know, if you going to stay in the challenge groups, you like the shake, you know, you should be a coach. And I said, I can't be a coach. You know, I can't be a coach. I lost 10 pounds, 250 pounds. I can't be anybody's coach. And she said, no, you could just be a discount coach. It'll be fine, whatever. You're doing great in the group. So I said, all right, I'll do that. And I said, but I'm not going to have challenges of my own ever. And, you know, so the first month I was discount coach, the second month I was discount coach. And then I had hit my 50-pound mark. I had put a post on Facebook, and all of a sudden people started contacting me and, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Next thing I knew, I had 5 challengers that month. So, you know, and it's just kind of grown from there. At first, I really didn't have an actual plan. I didn't really think it through. I just was kind of getting through every day. But the more I got involved, the more challenges I had, the more I got to see their successes, the more excited I got about this. And, you know, really feeling like this is something that I could do and really help to impact other people's lives. And, you know, I know how great I feel now. And if I can help other people feel that way, it's, you know, it's really a gift. It really is a gift that people, you know, give to us to allow us to help them kind of take this journey. You know, one of the things I could say about, you know, the business aspect of it, it's really, really important that you take advantage of all the trainings. You know, Dave's put together a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of information. It can be so overwhelming at times. And I really found that the 30-day Coach Basics training was so, so helpful. I mean, there were points in it, I'm not going to lie, where, you know, I was getting home from work late. I had to get my workout in, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And I thought, oh God, I have to listen to this for an hour. But, you know, I had made the commitment to do it. I pushed through it, and it was totally worth it because there were so many little ins and outs of the business that I didn't really understand going into it, that now that I understand it, you know, I can really see better where the business can take me. And then, you know, in terms of the diamond, the ramp training, that's probably the single best thing I've done other than sign up for these groups originally. Because not only did it help me with the business aspect of it, but it really is just about kind of getting your life together and priorities and kind of helping you to just be a better person. And I've noticed in this journey, it's, you know, again, not just about the weight loss. It's just about the way I kind of run my whole life. You know, I feel like things are more organized. I get things done in a more timely fashion. I'm not feeling so scattered all the time because I have to be focused, and going through these trainings has really kind of helped me refocus and get back to that kind of living my life that way. And, you know, the biggest thing I can say is just don't be afraid to be yourself. And I know, Dave said it before, you kind of have to get over that worrying about what people are going to think about you. That's a huge thing for me. I'm a people pleaser. I'm all those things. And I'm always worried. Am I going to say the wrong thing? Am I going to offend somebody? But if you're just true to who you are and you're willing to share yourself, that's kind of what will bring people to you. It really is a matter of, I post on my Facebook page kind of my struggles, also my successes. And, once I was willing to really put myself out there and share myself, I found that people came to me and they were saying, what are you doing? I want to do this too. And it sometimes is just a matter of just throwing yourself out there and being okay with that. And, if I could give any advice, that really would be the advice that I would give, is to just really be willing to just be yourself and let people see who you are as a person. And, I find when I don't worry so much about, oh gosh, the end of the month is coming and Success Club and this and that, when I just kind of put myself out there, it all kind of falls into place. So that's kind of it. I was a little rambly, I think, but Dave, anything that I didn't say that you want me to say?
No, you did great. So a couple things I wanted to just ask you. So one is, like, really struck me is that you said you got to be true to who you are, right? And the reason I want to emphasize and ask you about is because when you first put yourself out there, you only are at 50-pound weight loss, and you had a lot more you wanted to lose, right?
Yeah.
And would you agree? Because many times people say, I can't be a coach. I don't have a six-pack. I don't look like you do. But how do you feel looking back now, knowing that day when you put that post up, whatever it was, when you got the 5 challengers, that because you were true to who you are and you were more relatable and you were just being yourself, how that showed that to be a successful coach, you don't have to be somebody that's in Shaun T shape. Like, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I think it's interesting because from the other side of it, sometimes I feel like it might be a little easier for me because, let's face it, there are people in the world who have weight to lose. So if they look at somebody like me and see how much I've lost and how much I still have to lose, I find that it's almost a little bit easier to find people who can relate to that. Like, I get nervous when I have somebody who approaches me who's already fit, then I start to get all panicky and I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. So I actually almost think it's easier for somebody like me because I have a built-in story. I mean, I was 120 pounds overweight. That's crazy. I had high blood pressure. I had high cholesterol. I'm off my meds. Like, that story kind of writes itself. So, I feel like once I got over that initial fear of putting myself out there, and believe me, it was probably a 3-hour back and forth with Shanna. Can I do it? No, I can't do it. Can I do it? No, I can't do it. And, when I finally just hit that post button, I thought I was going to pass out. But then I was really glad that I did. Most importantly, because there are a couple of people from that original post who have hit 50 pounds themselves now. So, like, if I hadn't put my post out there, they wouldn't have that. So, it's all kind of in the way you look at it, I think.
No, totally. It really is so true because people relate to a person where they are and they may not connect. Like, for me, like, I know, and the big one that stands out for me, when Kristen was pregnant, she was able to talk to other moms about Shakeology, other pregnant moms, and I couldn't do that. And you probably able to connect with a lot of people, and your success as a coach is because of your story, so it's a give and take. But I can tell you one thing, you're doing vital behavior number 2 of 3, being a product of the product, right?
Yeah, so absolutely, yes.
Of the product, you're inviting because you're doing your challenge group, and I know you're doing personal development. Right?
I'm getting better at that.
You're getting better at that. But it's just amazing, like, the product of the product, like they say, and people are like, yeah, I'll go to the gym and I'll do T25 one day a week. But because you are so consistent, you have your story to share, and you're drinking your Shakeology, you don't have medications, it's so much easier to share it with people and talk about it because it's you.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally. So the other thing is I wanted to ask you is that, and because I know a lot of coaches always wonder, you being a diamond coach now, you're daily schedule? You're busy, you know, you have a lot of things going on. What are your main times? Like, how do you work the business during the day? Like, what would you say your 3 little tips are, how you do your business and how you fit it in and to make sure, because you're organized now, to incorporate it with as busy as you are?
Yeah, I think, you know, for me, my biggest thing always is the customer service end of it. And I really am, you know, I really try to be very invested in my challengers. So I get up at 5, and the first thing I do is just check in with my challenge group, because some of my challengers are night owls, so they may post or do things after I've gone to bed in the evening. So I scroll through that real quick. I make sure that I've, haven't missed anybody's posts. By like 5:20, I'm downstairs, I'm doing my workout. I do my workout, I make my shake, I hop in the shower. Then I'm on my way to work. As soon as I get to the office, I check the group, because by that time, usually about a third of our group is up and they've done their workout. So, and my little kind of check system for myself is, when I see somebody's post, I always make sure I hit the like. And then I do my comment. So this way, when I go back later in the day, if it's already liked, I know I looked at it, and then that's kind of my little trick to keep track of everybody. Because I don't, have time to kind of sit down and write down, okay, this one posted. So as long as I've hit the like button, I know I've taken care of that post. So I do try, when I first get in the office in the morning, and then midday at my lunch break, and then in between my 2 jobs at about 3, I just do a quick check of the group and make sure, everybody's kind of where they're supposed to be. When I start my group, I do try to find out at the beginning of the group when people tend to work out. So this way I know who I have to be looking for, and kind of know if they've missed, and who I have to kind of check up on. Then I usually get home around 7:30. So I'm home at 7:30. I pack up all my food for the next day. So then that's done. Spend some time with my daughter. She's usually doing homework. I'm usually doing paperwork. By 9 o'clock, we're kind of both in our separate rooms, and that's when I go in and I check my back office, answer any emails I have to answer. And then, usually that's about an hour. That time also used to kind of be incorporated with the diamond training. That was when I kind of did that. I give the group one more check, usually, around 10 o'clock. Then I try to do a little reading. Not gonna lie, it doesn't always happen, but I'm really trying, David. And then I go to bed, and that's it.
So you're organized, and what I took away out of that is you give 110% to your challengers.
I really do try to. That to me is my favorite part of this. And when Shanna first asked me to run a group, I was like, I can't do that. But I really, really love it. And I feel so fortunate, because I've made some really fantastic friends along this journey. People that I never would have met before. And now I can't imagine not speaking with them every single day. And I feel like, for me, I was so afraid when I started, and I knew how important it was for me to have the encouragement of the other people, that I really do try to give that, not only to my own challengers, but the challengers that my coaches and the other coaches in my group, bring into the group. I really do. You always say, don't post and run. And I really do. That's one of the things that I really, really focus on, is making sure that I comment to everybody, encourage everybody, every single day, because I think that's what keeps people coming back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And let me tell you, your next coaches are your challengers, period.
Right.
So if you're not giving your time to your challengers, and you're not helping them and creating the excitement, they're more apt to not want to come on board and be part of the team. So I think you're doing an absolutely unbelievable job. And just, Liz, your story is it's just unbelievable. And I'm so glad you finally submitted it to.
I did. And I finally learned that I don't have to rewrite it every month. I just have to update my weight and then hit send. So now I'll do it.
Exactly. You update a photo if it changes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So guys, anybody, I want to open up. Did anybody have any questions for Liz? If you do, unmute your line, wave your hand so I can see you. Anybody? Come on. Who's that? Is that Kristen?
Yes.
Go ahead. I'll unmute you. Hold on. Go ahead.
Liz, first of all, awesome story for
Thanks,
everything you've gone
Kristen.
through, and kudos to you. I guess one of my questions is, you know, some of my struggles that I've been going through for the past year. What do you do when you have a bad day? How do you get past it in a way?
You know, look, everybody has their bad days. And I think, you know, what I always say in our group too, is the key is in how you respond to it. You're allowed to have your bad day. You know, my girls are gymnasts, and, you know, when they would compete, the rule in our house was if you had a fall, you could cry for 10 seconds. That was it. If you're in a competition, you had a fall, when your routine is over, you have 10 seconds, then you have to suck it up and move on. And, you know, I think I kind of try to live my life like that. Like if I'm having a bad day or I'm having a bad moment, I have to deal with it. But then you just have to move on, and you kind of got to try to put it behind you. You know, bad things are going to happen to all of us. You know, things are not always going to go the way we want them to. And so you just have to kind of try to key in on something else that's positive and just kind of try and run with that. You know, look, I've had coaches, you know, friends of mine that I thought were going to stay with it. Oh, you know, I'm not really feeling it right now. It's the holidays. It's whatever, you know, that, you know, it's disappointing. You throw yourself out there, and sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you want it to, but for every no and every thing that didn't work out, you know, you'll have a success story of one of your challengers, and, you know, somebody who really is encouraged by you and feeling like you've really helped them change their lives. And so those, you just have to hold on to those things to help you get through the things that aren't so great.
Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Any other questions or questions for Liz? Come on, guys. She has an unbelievable story, can give you many good tips. Anybody? I'm trying to look at everybody's faces here. Everybody's like, has the holiday hangover. Anybody else? Guys, any more questions? No questions? Come on, we don't let her off that easy.
You could let me off that easy.
Oh, let me go. I think that's Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Hi, Liz. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, what do you do when you have somebody that just seems to drop off the face of the earth, and, you know, no matter how much you try and encourage them to come back, they just it doesn't seem to be working?
You know what? I think one of the things that I've learned is that we're all grown-ups here, and, you know, you can give people the tools, you can give them the support, but ultimately they have to want to do it for themselves. And, you know, I have a challenger right now who's going through a tough time, and, you know, she's kind of been in and out, in and out. And, you know, the first week or so, every day I'll check in with them. Where are you? What's going on? You know, if they're still pulling away, you know, then I'll do every couple of days. They know where to find you. You can only give them the tools. You can't do the workouts for them. You can't give them the motivation. If you know that you've given all the support you can to that person, sometimes you just have to let them go. And it's unfortunate because you're in this because you want to help people. But people, you know, I know for myself how long it took me to get to a place in my life where I was ready to really commit to making changes. So sometimes people just aren't ready yet. And the best thing you can do is just, you know, support them as much as you can. But when they're really shutting down, then you just kind of take a step back and then you check in. I have a challenger that I check in with like right before I start every group. And I say, you know what, you know, you've been gone for a couple of months. Are you ready to come back in again? We're going to start our group. And, you know, you offer them the opportunities, but, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink is basically what it comes down to. And, you know, you have to realize that it's not a failure in you. If you've done everything you can, you know, the choice is theirs at some point.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Any questions? I'm just going to mute you, Matt. Anybody? guys, about anything with the business or any questions, if not for Liz, for me, about anything as we head into the new year? Everybody's good? All right, guys, if everybody's good, I want to say early, Happy New Year. And Liz, thank you so much. You truly just hearing
Thank you,
the story,
Dave.
you're welcome. Your
Hey,
story.
Dave,
Yes.
it's Shannon. I have a quick question.
Yes.
Sorry, I know I was a little late. I couldn't find the unmute button. So January is obviously the biggest month. People join all sorts of workouts and gyms, and I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed, and it's a good thing, I suppose. I have 20 people who've replied in one day, and I just need a little bit of help. So I don't know if this is something we should talk about privately, but I just want to be able to effectively manage this. How would we manage a group like that? Because clearly our groups are, usually 10 to 20 people, and it's a big deal. It maybe not all 20 are going to commit, but clearly I'm going to work with them to get them all to. But again, it's a little overwhelming.
Shannon, it's a good overwhelming. Congratulations, because that's a good problem to have. My recommendation, and I mean we could talk more privately, would be why don't you and Stacy take and run the group, and now it's 2 of you on 20.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
Right?
Sure.
I mean, sometimes, ideally the groups around 15 people is great. 10 is even better. 20 is kind of like the max. We tend to push more than that, but there's no reason. I don't think that you and Stacy can combine and manage 20 people.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I figured, clearly I think this is like a January thing. That's how I'm kind of going with this. But
yeah, your January group can turn into 20 you need to be on top of this, and I would work with Stacy to have the group, because this isn't something that's 30 days. These are your future coaches.
Right. Okay.
So that's you have to start thinking not 30 days, but 60 days, 90 days, and going out. So that would be everybody, like for you in your situation, I would run at it with Stacy.
Okay. All right. Great. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Any other questions? Well, I was about to say, guys, listen, Happy New Year. We are heading into 2015. I'm really, really excited about it for what we're going to have in 2015. Liz, you are amazing. Your story inspires me. It's people like you. Truly, I'm really going to say it. It's people like you that keep me going to continue to move on. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you at Super Saturday. You're going to be there?
I'm really working at it. I have to work, so I got to deal with my boss.
Okay. Well, hopefully one day you can fire your boss, as they say, right?
That'd be awesome.
All right, guys. So have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon. The recording for this call will be up tonight or probably first thing tomorrow morning. Have a great night. Love all you guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks.